Obsidian Alliance, we taking off flying high. Follow us now for guidance. Obsidian Alliance, Obsidian Alliance. We got the best advice. Keep it real, no lying. Obsidian Alliance, Obsidian Alliance, Obsidian Alliance, Obsidian Alliance. We got what you need.
What's going on? It's been a while, to say the least. It's the Obsidian Alliance here. And today, we'll actually be doing 2 videos today. Well, not today. We'll be recording 2. So that way we have one for this week and next week. So first video on the docket for today is Star Wars. Says me and Blair are both big, huge Star Wars fans. But we've actually never really talked about this topic. The downfall of the Jedi Order. Who was at fault? Was it Palpatine's Grandmaster plan? Did Yoda fail the team? You know, we're going to talk about it today. So, first things first, for y'all, of course, who aren't Star Wars fans and don't get the gist, the Star Wars Jedi Order, according to Obi-Wan Kenobi in A New Hope, protected the galaxy for millennia. Before the dark times, before the Empire. And of course, the best part, well, I wouldn't say the best part, because that would be the High Republic Order, was apparently the golden age of the Jedi. But the most famous, the most famous part of Star Wars is, of course, the Clone War era, in which it consists of Yoda at 800 years old. What the fuck? Hold on. Pause, because I just left the screen. Hold on. Nope. Go back. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. Yoda, at 800 years old, being the Grandmaster of the Jedi Order, with, of course, the famous or infamous, depending on your view of him, Mace Windu as his right hand in command. And then, of course, a whole bunch of Jedi Masters under the Jedi Council, which includes Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ki-Adi-Mundi, you know, later Anakin Skywalker, who didn't
Fisto,
who didn't get the rank of master, and among others. And then of course the Jedi Order fell, then ruled the Empire for about 20, almost 40 years. So, but let's get into it. And oh yeah, sorry. The Clone Wars era is consistent of 3 movies, 2 cartoons. Oh no, yeah, no, 3 movies and 2 cartoons. The episodes 1, 2, and 3. Then Star Wars, the original Clone Wars back in the early 2000s, and then of course the more updated version of the Clone Wars, starting with the Clone Wars movie, which introduced Ahsoka Tano, who went from one of the most hated Star Wars characters because of her annoying voice and brash personality to being one of the beloved Star Wars characters in all of the media. And oh yeah, she is a female. So, you know, that whole, we don't like Star Wars, females can't be in Star Wars, that's a whole lie. But we're going to get into that in another video. But all right, so let's go with the first notion that this was all a part of Palpatine's Grandmaster plan to, you know, have the Empire take over. What's your thoughts?
it really wasn't that Grandmaster, considering like 7 or 8 people knew about it. So, like, it was literally, the plan was literally told to them. Like, it was told, Count Dooku told y'all, like, told you. What if I were to tell you that the Republic is now under the control of a Dark Lord of the Sith named Darth Sidious? Oh, that's a lie. The Jedi would be aware of it. Clearly not. Clearly not. You thought even in Phantom Menace, they thought the Sith were extinct. I was like, they're not it's not a dinosaur. Like, anybody with force ability can choose the light or the dark. Like, how are you going to say they're extinct? Like, that doesn't even make any sense.
So, apparently it's supposed to be this grand master plan started by Plagueis back, let's see, we want to say about 50 years before, Palpatine came to power. And, of course, Palpatine, due to the whole rule of two, in which the apprentice should soon take over the master, even though, what the hell? Hold on. I got to pause. Okay. So, yeah, Darth Plagueis. But of course, due to the rule of two, the apprentice taking over the master, even though technically Palpatine did a bitch move and killed him in his sleep. But,
Well, if we're gonna be honest, it's not like Palpatine had the know-how or skills to kill him outright. So,
which is why you should have kept trying the right way until you was able to do it. Killing
I'm sorry, you thought Plague was just gonna be like, "Oh, try again next week." No,
Plagueis knew the rules.
A lot of Sith knew the rules. That doesn't mean they were following them. Like,
actually, no. Technically, like Bane and them were Bane and his apprentice, and
I mean Bane and everyone after Bane, but before Bane, it didn't matter. If you had a lightsaber, you could catch hands. Like, that's how it was. Like, Republic, Empire, Sith, Jedi, Gray Jedi, Force user, a civilian. It don't matter. Everybody can catch it. Like, who wants smoke? Who wants smoke?
We'll get into our favorites of the old Republic in another video, because that in itself is an entire like 30 minutes to an hour video. But no, Palpatine, of course, comes into power, and he believes in the rule of one, which is the reason why eventually he failed, because he never really wanted anybody to be above him or learn anything from him. So yeah, that's why it failed. But back to the Jedi. Palpatine started the plan of becoming a senator. He was very charismatic, so he was able to move his way through government and shake hands with people, kissing babies, the whole 9 yards, like presidents do. But anyways, and just go through his way through government. And he eventually became, Supreme Chancellor.
The attempt on my life has made me scarred and deformed. But I assure you, my resolve has never been stronger. Like, intergalactic Donald Trump. Like, get out of here, bro. Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand, one, how many times does someone have to mention this man's name before you understand? Maul told you. Dooku. These are people who used to work for this man. Like what? What? So what would be Dooku's motivation for lying? Dooku was literally on the dark side because he didn't want to lose his white privilege. That's literally the only reason why he joined. And you can laugh all you want to. He had money. He wanted his family to maintain money, and so he knew that controlling, smaller clans and smaller banks and governments from different planets was the best way for him to keep his lifestyle. So Darth Maul, literally all he ever wanted to be was a Sith. After he got cut in half, Obi-Wan finds out he's still alive. And then the whole thing with Ahsoka, like, bruh, I think you can blame Yoda, you can blame Mace,
We'll get to that in a second.
Like, it's just there's too many red flags in this plan. Like,
so automatically we're we're throwing out that this was a grand master plan. Because one, the Force had something to do with this, and two, you blab too much, and your subordinates blab too much for this to be some kind of grand master plan. I'm sorry, it's too many coincidences in your plan, and the Force has something to do with it. Well, we'll get to that in a second. All right, so now the second part is the Jedi, which for me, I put 101% blame on them. I put the blame on Yoda specifically because see, the Clone Wars cartoon show is one of the best things in Star Wars. Period.
And it pretty much told you who to blame. It told you whose fault it was. It told you exactly whose fault it was.
In season 6 is literally it's literally right before Revenge of the Sith. It's before Revenge of the Sith. Season 7 episode, I want to believe
4 or 5.
4, no, because Ahsoka's 4 or 5. I think I want to say 6 or 7. It's season 7. It's literally when Obi-Wan and Anakin are running off to see the Chancellor. It's in Revenge of the Sith. Like literally season 6 up until episode 6 or 7 of season 7 is literally right before Revenge of the Sith. And in season 6, 5 dies because he understands what the chips are and what they're programmed to actually do. He dies because nobody wanted to believe him for some weird reason.
Even after killing a Jedi, even after all of a sudden being compelled to kill a Jedi in front of other Jedi. And it's just like, yeah, it's telling us to kill the Jedi. Oh, I don't know what makes you think that. Because I shot him. I shot him. That's why. That's why.
And that's the thing. Palpatine is down there in Camino. He literally tells this man, which is why you see 5s running in a frantic panic through Camino. Obi-Wan and Anakin are right there. And they somehow, and Anakin Skywalker, you have shown throughout the entire Clone Wars saga that he can put 2 and 2 together. It doesn't take long. And Obi-Wan, after Anakin tells him something, starts to figure it out himself. You have made them 2 dummies for some odd particular reason in this instance. And then, as we learn in, I think it is the last episode. It's the second to last episode in season 7. That medical history is buried by Rex. Has his medical history buried because of what he knew about 5s. It wasn't his medical history. It was his report about the Chancellor and what everything else. That was buried. So, and then we're going to get to the infamous part where Yoda gets a vision. Well, not get a vision. He gets a hearing in the Jedi Temple from Qui-Gon.
And then Qui-Gon guides him through the galaxy to another planet that's heavy in the Force.
Dagobah, mind you.
Dagobah. Then these 3 Force sprites.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Let me not confuse him. He goes to the first planet. He goes to the faraway planet to learn.
No, he goes to Korriban first.
No, he goes to Korriban last. Sorry. No, he goes to the priestess first in that far point off galaxy. And then he comes back to Dagobah and continue.
Then he meets these 3 Force sprites that tell him about the vision. He has the vision. Literally sees Anakin become Darth Vader. sees the fall of the temple on fire. Everyone he cares about dies, and he tells no one.
Yeah. So Yoda goes through the thing, conquers his dark side, goes through, and like Blair said, he literally goes to Dagobah and goes into the same place he tells Luke to go to in episode 5. The same exact location he tells Luke to go into, he goes into, and he sees the complete fall. And then he goes back to the priestesses at the end of the Korriban trip where he meets Darth Bane, meets the priestesses again, and then sees once again the entire fall of the Jedi Order, Luke versus Vader, and everything else that comes in between, including him being able to learn how to pass his conscience after death in the Force, becoming a Force ghost. Comes back and says nothing. He says, "Oh no, it was just a trip." When you even have said yourself, the Force can go, having you told Anakin in Revenge of the Sith, when he was having visions can have multiple futures. You just gotta pick one. And you decide to not try to reform and save the order.
Not even that. Instead of allowing Anakin to be so close to the Chancellor, Anakin was the one. You were the one Jedi besides Obi-Wan that he trusted, the one person that he would listen to. And it's just like you could have came to Yoda and be like, you know what? Or even if Yoda knew about it, like I knew, because you saw he saw Luke and all that. Like, listen, man, look, I know about Pat. I feel like the Jedi Order knew about Padme and him. I really feel like they did. So it's just like
Ahsoka definitely did.
I mean, Ahsoka, Obi-Wan. I feel like fucking Mace Windu knew. Like,
Obi-Wan had his suspicions, but it was officially confirmed in Revenge of the Sith when he asked the question, "Anakin's the father, isn't he?"
So Yoda could have came to him and said, "Look, I'm not here for the family. Keep your kids, keep your wife. You are in very serious danger right now. The Chancellor wants you. The Chancellor is a Sith Lord. I am going to go see the Chancellor.
I'm taking Mace, and I'm taking Kit Fisto and Kiandi Mundi. You stay here and protect the temple. I don't care if you got to get Ahsoka back. I'll have Obi-Wan deal with Grievous, as he should, because that's Mace's orders. But I need you here, and I need you to get Padme, because I need her to be set up when we go to the Chancellor, because shit is about to hit the fan. Now, I don't know how far this rabbit hole may go.
Not only that, ensure him, I trust you, Anakin.
Like I did before when I had you lie for me to go onto this trip in the first place.
I trust you. Mace may not, but I do, and I am the Grand Master. So, with that being said, I need you here. Please, old friend, do not leave. I need you here.
And Anakin would have stayed. Anakin would stay for Ahsoka, Yoda, and Obi-Wan.
Of all people to it was already confirmed that they didn't like each other. Like, why are you having them have dialogue with each other? Like, you said they set that up. That's not even a force. That's just bad writing at that point. Like, that's not the force. You know damn well these two don't talk to each other. They hate each other. And it's been confirmed.
And it's crazy. It's just like, because I was watching a TikTok and somebody made an excellent point. It was too convenient that everybody Anakin loved and knew
was far away
and separated. So the only other person that Anakin knew and trusted was Sidious. And you put him in the wrong person's hands. And then when Anakin finds out, it's still too convenient that everybody is gone.
He didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. Like, all that stuff about saving Padme, like, bro. Well, first of all, it's like, what, the 42nd century at this point? She's not dying in childbirth, bro. I'm sorry. There are people on planets with no technology that have babies, and there's no technology. Like, that whole vision, if I'd have been like, yo, if I was Yoda, I'd been like, listen, bro, look, I know it's a vision. It's not going to come true. We got this. We got this. But you need, especially, another thing you can blame Yoda for, when Anakin was half telling the truth about his visions, Yoda knew it was a lie.
Yeah.
Oh, premonitions about what? Death and pain. Who? Someone close. I didn't ask you if they were close. Who are you talking about? Stop playing. You came to me for help. I'm trying to help you. Don't lie. Like,
to your old friend.
Like, bro, like, I was like, I'd have been like, yo, it's me, it's Yoda. Like, what? Talk to me. Like, why are you acting like this?
Which is why I say I don't understand. The Clone Wars messed the movies up.
It really did. It really did.
Because the Clone Wars shows that everybody is competent in understanding human emotions in general, empathy, like friendship. Yo, you could be honest. Like, Obi-Wan pretty much spilled the beans about Satine. And Anakin, and even told Anakin, yo, I understand where you coming from, my bruh. Like, I understand where you coming from when it comes to attachments. But then in the movies, it's like, oh, that's gone.
Yeah, like even like, I even say even in Attack of the Clones, you had Anakin rush in to attack Count Dooku. That's like your grand master, bro. Like, that's your master's master. Like, and to have him be like, no, I'm just gonna take him now. Bro, come on.
Sit your ass down.
But Anakin is smarter than that, though, bro. Like that.
He is. I don't.
It's just like, bro, you just got a face full of Force lightning. Like, oh my God. But even more so, as Yoda or even Obi-Wan, I'd have told Mace, like, bro, can you please chill out with Anakin? Like, you're feeding his hatred. You are literally feeding it. I can feel. You can, like, as not even a person who's Force sensitive, as a person watching this, you are feeding his dark side. You are literally feeding it. You have to chill with how you talk to him, bro. Like, just sit down with the kid. He's like, why do you hate him so much? Like,
you've hated him since day one. Like,
and I just don't understand. Like, why do you hate this man so much? What did he do to you? Like,
just because he was a 9-year-old that got attached to his mother? Like my guy. It's just, so, like I said, I fully blame the Jedi. It's season 6 is the reason why. Season 6, if you haven't watched season 6 of the Clone Wars, watch season 6 of the Clone Wars. Like, it puts the Jedi in a horrible light. And especially since if you watch the Clone Wars from the movie all the way until Ahsoka's death, not death, sorry, self-exile, because at the end she was accepted back, but she said, nah, y'all kiss my ass, because y'all should have believed me in the first place. Which, once again, that's another thing. Like, Ahsoka is as confident and is as reckless as Anakin, but she is not so reckless as to bomb the Jedi Temple. The only person that believed Ahsoka was the person that found her. And what's his name? Oh, it's gonna kill me. What is his name?
Plo Koon.
Yeah, Plo Koon. Plo Koon, Anakin,
and Ventress.
Yeah, and the Sith assassin.
And honestly, you know what? I'm like, if we're gonna do specific Jedi, I'm blaming Mace, because honestly, I feel like if Anakin would have went with Obi-Wan, and Order 66 would have had to just commence without Anakin's help, or honestly, it probably never would have happened because Palpatine would have died. Because
he was banking on Anakin to be there, because despite what anybody says, per George Lucas, Mace won. It doesn't matter what nobody else says. George Lucas, the writer of this whole entire thing, says Mace won. And the only reason why he lost.
George Lucas to confirm it. Bro, the man was literally on the ground begging for his life as a Sith. No, please don't. I'm too old. I'm too weak. Like, yeah, you lose. You are under arrest, my lord.
But some people are like, oh, Palpatine was just baiting them into a false sense of security. No, there is no false sense of security when Mace Windu blocks his desperation force lightning and blocks it back to him. There is no, I'm baiting you into a false sense of security. He lost.
First of all, since when does Palpatine bait anyone? That's not even in his character. Like, when the Jedi came to the temple, he ain't play around with the first three. He killed them in 2.5.
Yeah, no, it's treason then. Lightsaber out, 360 spin move in the air, boom, boom. Kit Fisto lasted 5 seconds. And then it was Mace and him. And mind you, Palpatine is bouncing around in his office. So no, he's not beating anybody.
True.
Sorry.
Honestly, in the book, it says that they were moving so fast that all you could hear was the clash of saber. You would say a bright flash of red and a bright flash of purple, which means that's what, damn near supersonic speed for both of them, if I can't see them. So, false sense of security, where?
Anakin could barely see it. It was
he ain't spare Maul. He ain't spare Maul's brother. He ain't anybody that City has come across. It wasn't no playing game. He took out that lightsaber. He yells, "It's time to go to work." What are you talking? There was no falsifying anything. If I turn that lightsaber on, somebody's getting cut in half. That's what's about to happen.
And considering in books and in comics, Palpatine doesn't like lightsabers. He just keeps them. But if he pulls it out, so no, he lost. Sorry, Mace beat him. It is what it is. So if we're like you said, you blame Mace, I blame Yoda.
No, I said if you want to name specific Jedi, I was gonna say Mace, Yoda, I'm going to partially blame Anakin for not seeing it sooner, because I feel like he knew, but he didn't want to accuse. And then, like, the whole point in his office, I literally, like, come on, bro. I had to tell you that I know the dark side for you to think that I was a Sith Lord. I dress like a Sith Lord, my nigga. Like, what do you, like, everything about Palpatine screams Sith. Like, the way he moves around, the way that he's always disappearing and reappearing, the way that he just knows stuff before the Jedi even come to him about it. The fact that he was looking at Death Star schematics in his office. Like, yo, there was a hologram of the Death Star in this man's office. How did y'all not see that? It was huge. It was a huge hologram. And you know how slow they turn off in the movies. Bro, I saw that. Don't try to turn it off. I saw it already. I said, yeah, you under arrest, like I said. Like, come on, bro. Like, just, like.
Yoda, Mace. I blame I blame the main five.
Yoda, Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Mace.
And Ahsoka. I do blame Ahsoka in season 7. I do.
For leaving Anakin?
No. For Yoda, the whole meeting of the whole blah, 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 the whole chancellor thing or whatever, and everybody else leaves, and Yoda specifically asked Ahsoka, is there anything you want me to tell Anakin? And you said no.
That was Mace's fault for calling her a civilian. That was her being petty because Mace called her a civilian. That's why. That's why she did that. I'm sorry, civilian, but these are council matters. I was like, yo, Mace, if I was Yoda, if I was Yoda, I'm like, yo, shut up. Please shut up. I'm getting really tired. Like, why do you want everybody to hate us so much? Like, why do you want people to hate you, bro? Like, why? That's like Samuel Jackson's probably most hated role next to damn Steven from Django. Like, bro, you don't have to be the way you're being, bro. Like, you don't have to be such an ass to everyone.
So, but right. No. Ahsoka for season 7, because you knew Maul told you directly, and you could have passed that information to Yoda for him to pass it on to Anakin, because once again, Yoda.
You could have went to the ship. You could have went to the ship and told R2. You could have sent the message directly to R2, since R2 is always with Anakin. Or even in this situation, R2 would have been in Padme's penthouse. Yo, send someone listen, I don't care who gets this, whether it be Padme, Yoda, Mace Windu, Obi. Send it to everybody. Listen, Sidious wants Anakin. That's what he wants. Tell him now. Tell him to stay out that damn office. Stay out of that office. I don't want him in that office. Like, I just don't understand. You had so many ways to get this message out, and you told nobody. Oh, my God.
Obi-Wan, because, one, you knew you weren't ready. You knew. 2, because the Clone Wars version of you and the movie version of you are 2 entirely different people. Because like I said, the Clone Wars version of Obi-Wan, Satine. So you knew the power of attachments and you could relate to Anakin. But yet, in the movies, you play dumb. And then also, even at the very end of Revenge of the Sith, if you for once, y'all have had heated arguments, y'all have had anything down the road, but I know what Anakin did is a complete shock. I understand it is something that you would never thought that you would see. However, that is still your brother. And you know Anakin is reckless. Anakin is aggressive. Anakin is emotional. Anakin is a whole bunch of things. You saw that when dealing with the slavers. But once again, that's TV show Obi-Wan.
Okay, no, you want to use movies? You saw when he decapitated an entire village of sand people.
You could have brought Anakin back even at the end. When y'all was riding along the lava, when you said, well, then you are lost. That is when you lost Anakin forever. Before that point, if you would have just talked to Anakin, you could have brought him back.
Bro, I just said, listen, put the lightsabers down. I'll throw mine. I want to talk to you. Help me get Padme onto the ship so she can lay down. Talk to me. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Stop being so angry for just a second. And I need to understand why you're doing this. Padme is alive. She's fine.
You choked her. It's okay. I get it. I get it. It's still wrong. We'll get to that later. But I need you to talk to me real quick. I need you to clear your head.
Honestly, I think he lost Anakin the moment he ignited his lightsaber. That's when you became a threat. You were not, he was talking to you until you said, I'll do what I must.
Yeah, no. I acknowledge that. But there's still a chance when they're riding on the lava before the whole, you underestimate my power and blah, 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 blah. You, even when you sliced Anakin is saying, help me. You don't catch it because they cut it. But you can see in the director's cut version of Revenge of the Sith, he is still saying, help me, master. Help me. And you turn your back and leave.
You created Darth Vader. Literally, you are the reason. Because honestly, Anakin would have been a badass Jedi Master with all updated gear, all updated cybernetics. This man would have been General Grievous 3.0.
Yeah. And then technically, if you were to try to rebuild, it's only you. It's only Yoda, you, and Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka's going to come back. Padme can hide out because, we got to stay away from Sidious. But that would have been a great adventure in itself. But so Mace is an asshole. Like you almost set black people back in real life because of the way you were acting in Star Wars. My guy, I understand you didn't want to train Anakin in Vapod because Anakin had dark side tendencies. Cool.
What does he though?
Got it. And I know everybody that you ever trained, except for one person, turned to the dark side with Vapod. I understand that you didn't like Anakin because he had attachments to his mother.
But who are you, Defax, my nigga? Like, why are you so upset about that? That has nothing to do with anything. Like,
I understand that you don't like Anakin because he was known as the prophecy and the chosen one child. You might have had a little jealousy there. I understand.
Jealousy for what? Yo, Mace Windu was still fire. It's not like he.
I mean, he was. He had the rare ability of Shatterpoint. He is one of the few Jedi to know all 7 and know and master all 7
and create his own
version of 7.
Like,
you were pretty much the right-hand man to Yoda. Like,
the fact that you were going into battle punching droids apart. Like, you're the reason why General Grievous coughs like he's a cigarette smoker. And that's because you were just out of range. Had you been in range, he would have died that day. Like, I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, but there's what is it? Attack of the Clone or Clone Wars. It's another series.
It's the early Clone Wars before the one we all know and love.
Listen, Mace Windu was out here bullying these droids. When I tell you, it was sad to say that, bro, he was out here crushing stuff. Everybody used to say, oh, you know, they don't want Mace Windu to fight General Grievous because he'll learn vape power. Mace Windu said, I'm not finna lightsaber fight this man. I'm finna crush his entire being with my hand. Like, General Grievous, yeah, that's another thing. That adaptation of General Grievous is what we really needed, not the one that's always running away. And General Grievous in that episode, what? My man was taking Jedi out left and right. When he ran into Mace, all Mace did was look at him. He was just like, you know what? Exactly. Yo, had Mace would.
Now, granted, they did battle briefly, and he was learning Vapad, which is why Mace broke off. But I wish they would have, like you said, have Mace do the smart thing and be like, wait, why am I fighting you with Vapad? Stop.
But like, you literally could have took all of his limbs off and Grievous would have just been a torso and just leave him there right like that.
Especially since you had Shatterpoint. And Shatterpoint is one of the most OP force abilities in Star Wars. You are literally able to see on the atomic level the weaknesses of a person or an object. The force on an atomic level. So let's just say, for example, it's him versus Vader. And Mace is in his right mind. Oh, there's where that arm tore off. Boom. Oh, you need a respirator to live. Boom. Oh, these are these limbs. Boom, 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 boom.
That's one person. Honestly, there would have been no Darth Vader. Had he survived that fall, nope. Because because you already know the clones ain't taking him out. No, they're not taking him out. So eventually, Vader is going to get called after the Inquisitors are all dead, and then he's going to look at he's going to look at Mace and be like, "Oh shit, hey buddy, how you doing?"
That's the one time Sidious is going to be like, "I need to go with you." Because this is not. This ain't gonna work for either one of us. We need to go at him together as a team and bring the 501st with you. Because I don't care who he is. He's not taking on a Legion and us at the same goddamn time. So
I'm trying to tell you, hell, you want to really get it? Just blow up the planet that he's on. He'll be dead then. Like, blow up the planet he's on.
Hey, Tarkin, bring the Death Star around for a test run. Bring it around. I need to get rid of a planet real quick. Like, so, and then of course the last part, even though we've been on a tangent, but that's because we love Star Wars. The Force Contrive, or AKA plot armor, which we already know. It's everything. This is why I love but hate Star Wars. Because everything is death by canon. Like, you could tell Star Wars Fallen Order, the Clone Wars, Season 7, Rebels, anything that you make that is before Episode 6 is death by canon. Because we always know Vader has to make it and survive. Luke has to make it and survive. Sidious has to make it and survive. Starkiller will never exist.
Even though he's dumb fire.
Yeah, he will never exist. Ever. And he's OP as that man. That man saw Vader. He was like, let her go. He's like, nah, you're going to bow to me first. He force rips through an almost platoon of stormtroopers, disintegrates all their bodies. And the crazy part about this is Vader's just like, oh man, that's a strong ass wind. Like that just tells you how OP Vader is. Because Starkiller disintegrated bodies using the Force. The entire, there's nothing left. You literally see the skin, muscle, bones go away. And Vader's just like, oh man, that's a strong wind right there, buddy. But you're still not getting her back though. So Vader and Vader as a whole in Star Wars is one of the most OP characters in Star Wars. Oh God, but no. Of course we know it's plot armor. It's death by canon. And I put this along with the whole Grand Master plan of Palpatine. I don't blame the Force. The Force is semi-sentient, but it didn't control things like that. I put it's Jedi, then plot armor, then Sidious's grand plan. That's a whole dub. So wasn't no grand plan with everybody blabbing your story. So final thoughts.
I don't know what you guys are planning for the future of Star Wars, but let Sidious die. That era is over. You're gonna go back in time? Cool.
Hey. Wake your butt up. How you gonna fall asleep, bitch?
I'm tired, bro.
That's what happens when you lay down.
Yeah, well.
Let's go ahead. On that note, this has been the Blair Thomas. I am Magic. This is the Obsidian Alliance. And as always, if you need guidance, come seek the Alliance. Peace.